Exam dates are the same as last term, so you'll have midterms weeks 4 and 8, and the practical midterms weeks 5 and 9. 8, 7. Weeks 4 and 8 are the big exam dates.
And then the practicals.
Say again?
The practicals the week after.
Yep, and the practicals are always the week after. And then obviously during finals week. There is one huge change in one of the exam dates, so you need to plug this on. And this is one time where, again, we had to deal with some exam date stuff, but you'll need to change clinicals if this happens to conflict. But your final exam, your final practical exam for this term will not be during the week. It'll be the weekend before finals week, on that Saturday. Saturday, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The 16th, the morning of the 16th.
March 16th.
The morning of March 16th will be your practical exam time.
Do you guys have a time?
The time, 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
The morning, yep, 8 a.m. The morning of the 16th is the exam date. And any retests that need to be done will be done during lab on the Wednesday of finals week.
And when is our written final?
Written final will either be the Tuesday or the Wednesday during discussion.
Of finals week,
Of finals
the
week,
19th
yes,
and
of finals
20th?
week.
And final week is that of the 16th.
So, yeah, the 18th.
18th, Monday the
Monday.
18th
Monday
through
the 18th
Friday
is
the
finals.
22nd.
Okay, so
That make sense?
So it's Saturday, the 16th of March is the practical.
Is the
exam.
practical exam that
Got
morning.
it.
And if any of you want to earn money, the next day, the 17th, is gonna be the basic exam. Please. And it's huge. He just said there's 75 students that will be coming through on
Yeah.
that day.
Here?
So it's a big day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
please, everybody.
And thank you for doing it on 2 different days. I really appreciate that.
So
Yeah,
why
there's a lot of
why is it all coming here?
Because it's under Lane. Florence and
Extension program.
Corvallis
They're all
are
our students.
extensions of Lane.
Oh,
It's always, winter is always like that. It's always huge.
Huh.
And that
It's always
test
huge.
will also start at 8 o'clock in the morning. You'll be here at 7:30 on that day if you're wanting to do it, and it'll go till, give or take, around 1 or 2. That's the basic. Your exam is gonna go until you get it done, which should be somewhere around noon also,
sweet.
on that Saturday.
Because
So,
we're gonna rock it the first time.
yeah, so if you want to work that basic exam, go ahead and plug it into your schedule now. Yep, $150 and lunch.
So are we still being tested on ACLS this week?
You are going to be tested on ACLS. I don't know that it's gonna be this week. We have another issue that we have to get accomplished this week, so I might push it till next week.
What's the other issue?
To get you into labor and delivery, I have to shift up the schedule just a little bit on the topics, so.
We're doing I'm assuming some form of labor. delivery.
OBGYN stuff, yeah. Yep. Another change that will happen this term, on your open labs, I will, on Moodle, be giving you what your goal is for that particular week in open labs, what you should have accomplished on that week as well. Your open labs are still yours, with the caveat that you do have some things that have to be accomplished before you can do other things. Like, for example, in order for you to go to L&D, there's a few skills that you have to have done in your open labs ahead of time. So I'll start making clear what your goals for that week are. They won't be your only goals. They'll just be goals that also need to be accomplished. Does that make sense? So you'll still have other skills or various things that you'll need to be practicing and keeping up with, but I'll have some specific goals that you also need to make sure you have accomplished in those open labs as well over the course of that time. So make sure that you're paying attention to what are some specific things that you need to get accomplished in addition to whatever other study that you just want to do and need to be doing.
And there will be more open lab times.
There is, yep. We'll have some additional people that are coming in only to open up open lab times.
Sweet.
Will there be any on like weekends and things?
There are going to be some on the weekends too. Yep. Sunday night already is open and going to be pretty packed. but we'll have some additional weekend
Great.
times as well. Yeah, we're trying to open up a lot of open labs that are paramedic specific.
Sweet.
Is there still a 40-hour requirement of the term?
Yeah, that's a good question. I am not gonna put a minimal hour requirement on the open labs, because the reality is that the things you're gonna have to accomplish are just gonna take that much time anyway, so. But I'm gonna move away from a minimal hour and have it more based on goal accomplishment.
I like that better.
Good? Almost everybody blew out the minimal hour
Yeah.
requirement anyway, and it's silly any longer.
As long as you get the skills.
You have things you have to accomplish, and you're gonna have to. You will have some additional IB goals to accomplish in lab as well this term. It won't be 20, but you will have some additional things that you'll have to get accomplished over the course of the term as well, and same with spring term.
Is that similar to what we've been doing or something different?
What do you mean by similar to what you've been doing?
With green and gold or?
Yeah, I mean, your green sheet is just a compilation of everything you're
Right.
doing, but there'll be another document that you'll be going through to make sure that you're keeping up with some of that. So those of you that are done with your 20, that doesn't mean you're done.
Dang it.
So,
Wasn't it
I'm gonna throw that away, forget it.
Already through it.
well, I haven't collected it yet, so you're welcome to throw it away. And feel free to
Start
throw it
over.
Just get a little blood on it.
So,
Good idea.
okay,
Most of
let's
it gets
see.
bloody.
Other
Half is
questions?
blood
Yes.
anyway.
Will Derek be reviewing FISDAC what boxes we should be checking for certain?
Yes.
Yes,
specific
so he's gonna go over exactly what you need to be thinking about for how to document stuff on FISDAC.
Okay.
That's one of the things.
And then, I have another
Yep.
question. At what point during this term are we gonna be discussing internships?
Good question. So we are still waiting on a couple of the contracts, and as soon as they come in, we'll start discussing it. So it'll be sometime in the beginning of this term. When that is exactly when we hear back from a couple of those states that we're still waiting for.
Okay.
Yes.
What's the plan? Because I didn't see anything. You said Moodle's coming up for lab this week. What are we focusing
Ask
on?
again.
What are we focusing on for lab?
Labs focus this particular week are going to be starting in the pediatric stuff and EKG, basically static stuff for EKG. Are the
Study
two
on
biggest
that.
things that we're doing. And when I say pediatric stuff, I'm talking about infant intubation, childbirth and complications, assessing kids, and kid advanced life support.
Is that what we're doing today for lab?
Today we'll be doing EKG related stuff.
Okay.
Are we gonna be getting our pals?
You will be.
Pals.
We'll be finishing
Pediatric
up
advanced life
ACLS, and
support.
you'll be also doing your pediatric advanced life support in the next couple of weeks.
And tests for
The
that.
first part of this term is all based on pediatrics, almost all. We'll have a little bit of trauma, and EKG will always be going, but you're gonna be hit pretty hard with pediatrics.
Sweet.
And ACLS will be next week, or who knows?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
It depends. I have a
Can't
couple
put
of
a
guest
period on that
speakers.
sentence.
I have a couple of OBGYNs that are
Whatever it
setting
is.
up their schedule,
Mhm.
and I have to wait for them to tell me what day they're coming in, or what days they have to come in, which they haven't told me yet.
Sounds good.
I'll just report. Yes.
When we talk about PALS versus ACLS, is this an out-of-house person coming in teaching like CPR certification, and then we demonstrate our competence through just doing it in a day? Or is that testing that our instructors will be doing,
We are-
similar to how our
For
practice?
the ACLS and PALS, it's built into the program itself rather than a separate outside format.
Okay, but we'll have to maybe fill out a card to get
You
our
will.
separate certification.
Yep, you'll have a separate exam that I'll give you at some point in time specific to finishing that up. But
Okay.
it's all built into this course.
And PHTLS.
Yeah, there's not a reason for us to do it as an outside course when we're covering the exact same material within the course itself. So
Yeah,
it's all built in.
I only ask because UCC, I think, does it a little different,
They
so
do.
it's confusing.
So some
When we
Some
teach-
schools do it as just their weekend class outside.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. Some do it the way that we're
It's
doing
built
it in
in.
here, where it's kind of built in. It doesn't really matter which way, it doesn't really matter which way you do it.
Either way, there is a separate card that you will then be carrying, whatever, in addition to your paramedic certification.
That is correct.
And you'll need to keep that updated
You
in and of
will-
itself.
Yeah, so paramedics are required to keep those updated for the rest of your life
Got it.
in paramedic. So every 2 years, you'll be going back over and redoing those certifications
Copy.
till the end of time.
Till we die.
Awesome.
Until you die or until you burn out or until you
Burn out.
retire. Or until
We
you
will
want to be
never
a
burn
doctor.
out.
So we all have to
And
do our
then
EMT and
Nope.
whatever certification that we currently have. How can we use the documentation from this class to throw it in our EMT grant?
Excellent question. So some of you might be expiring this year. In fact,
I think we all.
every single one of you will expire your EMT on June 30 for Oregon, and some of you are on the cycle to expire your National Registry on March 31st of this year. You must maintain those licenses during this class. If you were to drop your, if on July 1st, I find out that somebody did not renew by June 30th in the state, that would immediately drop you and fail you from class. I have my hands are completely tied, and there's nothing I can even do to fight for you at that point in time. You must maintain your EMT license until such time as you have a license that supersedes it, which would be the paramedic license.